Our guest this evening has led some of India's most competitive markets. His experience spans across leading brands in consumer durables like Samsung and Videocon to telecom powerhouses like Tata, Idea, and Telenor, building and scaling businesses across sectors. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Sukrit Maitre to the show.
Just by giving a ESG branding tag, uh, more realistic expiry dates would kind of immediately connect with people.
It's incredible how that one decision not only changed your path, but also shaped the way you think as a leader today.
On this also, I have sent my kind of detailed note to the ministry. Some acknowledgements also I have got. Hope inputs would have been included.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to FaceTime with Leaders, powered by Directors Institute World Council of Directors. I'm your host Charu Mehra, and today we are exploring a career that's all about reinvention, resilience, and leadership at scale. Our guest this evening has led some of India's most competitive markets, driving large-scale telecom operations worth 8,000 crores and building high-performance teams of more than 1,500 professionals with engagement scores that reached record highs. Over the years, he has consistently turned challenging business landscapes into success stories through strategic vision and execution. In recent years, he ventured into entrepreneurship with Hyon Health, stepping into the health and wellness space. Like many businesses, the journey was deeply impacted by COVID, which brought unexpected challenges. Before that, as Circle Business Head and Vice President at Telenor India, he led one of the most complex markets at the top in compliance, introduced innovative operating models that became industry standards, and rolled out strategies later adopted nationwide. His experience spans across leading brands in consumer durables like Samsung and Videocon to telecom powerhouses like Tata, Idea, and Telenor, building and scaling businesses across sectors. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Sukrit Maitre to the show. Sir, it's an absolute pleasure to have you with us today. How are you doing?
Thank you, Charu. Thanks a lot. Great being here. Let's live the moment.
Absolutely. Looking forward to having an interesting conversation with you today. Mr. Maitre, your resume shows steady progression, but every leader has that spark moment, that one story that shaped the path. Would you take us back to the early days, maybe that first turning point, a challenge that shook you, or a decision you'll never regret?
Hi, Charu. Uh, Such a long question in just a few words. Only you could do it. Okay, that's a long story. So you are taking me back nostalgic down the lane. So
Nice.
almost say what 34 plus years of experience now,
Wow.
and started way back after my management in 1991 with office automation, absolute frontline, and from office automation with British company Guest Etna to BPL
Mhm.
consumer durables, then India economy liberalized, so Samsung launching to a considerable industry leadership position, then briefly with a Chinese conglomerate hire, uh,
Okay.
national head for a segment of color television with Videocon International, those industry leaders. And then, yes, it came my telecom break with Tata Teleservices, launching Idea. So many launches, yeah. And then launching Telenor. And then when
Mhm.
I left Telenor, it was what, 8,000 crore in my circle peak revenue. So huge. And thereafter, my own entrepreneurship. So, been a long journey. But very easily said by you, Charu, that the study progression. Let me tell you honestly, my friend, after The entire career, what I've learned is life or career is never a steady progression.
Very steady.
It doesn't.
Absolutely.
So all along 30 plus years, I have been in investment in finance also. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but so taking a cue from that, from stock market charts, typical life or career goes like this, and does
Right.
like this. And all these pullbacks, if you handle carefully, sensitively, then you end up growing.
Right.
So, those are the, so it is a continuous process. It is not one progression.
Wow.
But
Agreed.
yeah, since you're mentioning maybe one for our listeners, young viewers, where we can contribute a little, maybe one when I changed the industry from durables to telecom.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a cautious step wherein I took a step down from national head
Okay.
of a segment. I took a step down to Tata's, and then 6 months work, and then realized no, not working. Then took another step down, and
Oh,
then
okay.
yeah, then spiraled back again because it is the
Mm-hmm.
knowledge actually what matters. So
Right. Right.
knowledge and your acumen, ability you gather. So then spiraled back. So that piece, cautious decision, yeah, I feel happy about it, and
Mm-hmm.
cautious one, and that's the key also. Frankly, remain humble, remain
Right.
receptive, acceptance, learning, and keep growing. The
And I
moment
guess also
you
self-aware.
yeah, yeah. So be humble, be receptive. That's how, and keep learning. So it never stops.
Absolutely.
That's what me.
Absolutely.
That's what me. Nothing much.
Wow, wow, sir. I mean, that is such a raw and real picture you painted. And I think our listeners will see a side of leadership that we rarely hear about. Taking a step back. People usually don't do that. I mean, it's a very big decision, and it's incredible how that one decision not only changed your path, but also shaped the way you think as a leader today. So kudos to you, sir. Congratulations on that.
All in the path, all in the progress.
Absolutely. All right. So, from Samsung's consumer durables to Idea's launch in Mumbai to leading Telenor's 8,000 crore circle, you've navigated industries, markets, and scale. What was the toughest reinvention leap for you personally, and what did it teach you about staying relevant?
Okay. So that's the crux of one's career. And you have summed it so well. My compliments, Charu. You have done your homework pretty well. Very
Thank you
strong.
so much. Thank you.
Okay. So here we are talking about two things precisely. Okay. So we are talking about staying relevant with the
Mm-hmm.
changing times, and probably
Right.
ours is a generation of 60s and 70s which have seen the maximum change, I guess. So I
Agreed.
guess, and then second thing we are talking about reinventing.
Mhm.
So okay, so the easier one according to me is like staying relevant. So staying relevant, let us put it very simply, is you keep up with the changing trends, people, and their priority from
Right.
operational, from your business, from your professional point of view, and you stay relevant.
Agreed.
The moment you stop doing that, catching on, that is where the problem starts. So that's
Right.
easier and smaller part as per me. But yeah, reinventing again, as we discussed, no. So reinventing is not like one patch or two patches. It is again through the stream. So every step you need to evaluate, every step you need to recalculate, recalibrate, and then think and
Right.
take a step ahead and keep
I,
imbibing those learnings. So
right.
I would say reinventing, as in starting from frontline to the top management, my directorship, then heading circles, uh, etc. Time to market, to management, to strategy, to audits, compliances. So different
Mhm.
phases keep coming.
Right.
You need
Right.
to reinvent yourself in terms of understanding the criticality of those and
Agreed.
significance of those.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Before and after that phase, they don't seem so relevant. But as you keep moving,
Keep moving.
you keep reinventing.
Right.
Significant ones, I would again say, just to give a crux out of the entire list, What I remember very clearly and I've taken in me is power of delegation, letting go of
Mm-hmm.
your insecurities and delegate with trust, with control. Criticality of compliances, that you
Right.
realize, you understand how critical are those, internal or external, whatever. And then at the top level, process adherence. There you can't manage or drive or govern. You have to set systems which kind of takes the system ahead, right?
Agreed.
So
Right.
those rules of governance, those process of governance. Another thing I would like to share with you, and I believe it'll help youngsters and young viewers take something out of it.
Right.
As you grow up, ethical dilemmas, learning about ethical dilemmas are the most critical ones, Charu, and most difficult ones. It seems
Mm.
so easy, but situation in real life and real business life is not all that easy.
Right.
It is
Right.
not a simple conflict of interest. It is a situation wherein all the options seems right, and in some or the other way they are actually right. See,
Right.
today's global IT layoff, it's a planned layoff. Now, as a top leader, what do? You think about those people, tell them in advance, make your organization suffer, or take care of organization, let them suffer. What do you do? Both are
What
right.
do you do?
So,
Agreed.
there your acumen, your wisdom of larger good, how need to progress. I mean, take a cue from late Ratan Tata, the great Ratan Tata. He came in public and criticized his board. I, coming from investment and everything, that day the market shares dipped, the market capital dived big time.
Right. Right.
But he did that, survived it. Of course, it is Tata's, and Ratan Tata survived and sustained. So, wisdom, acumen, right direction, and move ahead. So, that is reinventing and
Right.
staying relevant as well.
Wow, wonderfully said, sir. And this is such an honest account of what reinvention really feels like. Not the glossy version, but the raw version that actually teaches us something.
Exactly.
And I also think that, whatever you said, everyone listening will relate to that. And I also feel the uncertainty, the unlearning, and then finding your footing again will
Exactly.
will resonate a lot with a lot of people.
So
So
true.
yeah, absolutely. Great. So, what was the biggest mindset shift in the way you look at operations that helped you navigate the transition from leading large teams in telecom and consumer durables to starting Hyon Health from the ground up?
Okay, mindset shift. Uh, Charu, you can become a philosopher too. Okay, so mindset shift. Yes, it happens over the period of time, but
Right.
again, trying to put in a very kind of a small capsule for people to take away something. Uh, Mindset shift is the way you look at things, as in the way you look at your operations, the way you
Mm-hmm.
look at business. Over the period of time, with experience, you learn to start looking things objectively. So, as the things are, as it is, the way you think, the way you see.
Right.
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 So you get more data driven. So that's a mindset shift,
Yes.
data driven. So data usually differs from how you feel. The hunch does count. It has very critical role, the way you feel,
Right.
but should be backed up by the data. Then the
Data.
things would go in the right direction.
Agreed.
So that is one mindset shift I realize happening to me over the period of time, and
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're moving up the ladder,
Right.
continuing from the top. Second is, as you move ahead, you realize to be and you need to be more inclusive. So another mindset shift or framework shift. You need those views to come across. You might not personally like it, your ego comes between, but you need to be inclusive, recipient
Right.
of the
Right.
views.
Right.
See, at the top, people under you, below you in the team, most of them you should realize are better than you in their fields.
Right.
So respect that, be inclusive, let the views come in, And that's where, as I earlier spoke, it is kind of power of delegation also.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That is how the progression and these mindset shifts and feelings, the thought process change for me across. Yeah, the natural progression to that entire stream was my entrepreneurship, which I'm very
Right.
happy about. It was a brilliant concept after my Telenor stint. It was the
Mm-hmm.
future of water, from streams to filter to fine filter to RO, TDS control. Now, which salts to keep, which to remove. So that is the concept.
Okay.
We did well also. Everything went off well for 6 months, 7 months. OPEX break even, everything fantastic. But yeah, as I said that those pullbacks. So some
Mm-hmm.
pullbacks in the life are going to be severe. So you are hit by COVID, unprecedented, never knew. I mean, humankind came it for the first time to face
Exactly.
kind of a thing. So couldn't sail through, couldn't succeed, but no regrets, all learnings. So that is how it goes. Another, I would say, shifting would be, since coming from an investment and financial stream, also alongside that is a parallel stream I have been working upon. So
Right.
as I said, that numbers start speaking to you. So whether you are inside the company or outside the company, the way you are looking at things would be those numbers. For me personally speaking, there is no thumb rule, but for me personally speaking, there would be cash flows, how redeployment of cash flows taking place, how
Right.
free
Right.
cash flow taking place, how's the debt being managed, how's interest to PAT ratio. So all those financial aspects, asset management, etc. So those give you the reflection. And
Mm-hmm.
within the company also, I mean, like those high frequency indicators. So the way you look at things, understand things, and the way accordingly you operate.
Right.
So that's how operate, and those are the things which make change, and it all keeps happening, and you need to keep up with those. Yeah,
Agreed. 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 Wow. And I'm sure that must have been a huge change from being in, corporates to having your own,
huge, 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 huge.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
That is a huge change within corporates also, a different level. Your
Absolutely.
work, as you
Absolutely.
bang on, you rightly said, it is about unlearning also. So you need to
Exactly.
put that away, the way you used to think, and then start looking at more objectively. So
More.
real auto within the profile also, uh, this is what how it goes.
Right, right. Because here I think it's not just only about managing people, but also managing the financial health of the business that you're running. And both goes hand in hand here.
Absolutely, it's how you understand. Simple.
Right, right. In a world where ESG is moving from buzzword to boardroom priority, where do you see the biggest opportunity for Indian companies? And how does it tie back to consumer trust?
Okay, ESG. So again, my compliments to you. A very very sensitive, a very sensitive topic. Very very powerful topic, and this needs to be discussed in every forum.
Absolutely,
Needs to be
absolutely.
discussed in every forum. I have, along with few others, I have sent my note on this to ministry as well up there.
Okay,
So,
okay.
incentive, because see these topics, no, ESG, environmental social governance, from the youngsters are kind of felt more as philosophical ones, not that objectively business ones, right? But
Mm,
they are so directly connected, because in managing, once you are thinking of consumer, you are managing, right? When
right,
you're driving, when you are directing a company at the top level, if the end goal, end consumer is in mind, so things go well and things go in
right.
the right direction. So ESG somewhere is there. Okay, so let's go to this. So ESG, let's define this the other way around. The ESG,
Okay.
environmental social governance, governance of the
So,
aspects of
mm,
all the operations which kind of impacts or affects environmental and social
so,
issues of society
yes,
and people
yes.
at large.
Mm,
So that is how I frame it. So to discuss this, Charu, we need to take probably some example. Otherwise, this
Okay.
will be too theoretical. Maybe one
Right.
example, right? So I believe all the examples would relate to it, but whatever comes to my mind at the top of the mind, wherein I can use them to explain it better. See, it would apply to logistics, it would apply to tourism, it would apply to food industry, agro consumer.
Right.
So let's take agro consumer itself. So now I think everyone would relate to it. That is what the effort I'm taking to choose an example so that everyone can relate to.
Relate to it.
Agro consumer, right? So zero down to what you, I, and everyone in the society today is looking for. Say organic things, fresh things. We take an effort to get a fresh thing, right?
Right.
And now, since we are talking of consumer trust in here, place yourself, Charu, going to a shop looking for some fresh vegetables. What you end up seeing there? You end up seeing a freezer,
Yes.
right? Now, understand where am I trying to trick you? A freezer, a vegetable packed in plastic bags,
Plastic. Hmm.
right? And the most powerful one with the expiry date of 5 to 7 days.
Yes.
Understood. Now, you would the entire story would go into your mind as to where are we heading towards and what is happening.
Exactly. Right.
So, and today's generation, not like maybe me, you are pretty young and you are kicking and going, but camera is on their mobile. Every
Yeah.
barcode gets scanned, and everything about the product is on the screen.
On the screen. Right.
The first disconnect, loss of customer trust because of ESG issues happen right here.
Right.
See the disconnect, how it is getting disconnected.
Hmm.
Now you can keep expanding ESG, environmental, social things to refrigeration emissions and plastic wastage, etc., etc.,
Right.
and so
Right.
forth, and disconnect because of 6 day valid expiry, 7 day expiry of a fresh vegetable. Right now, I know from markets of UK, my daughter's there. She keeps telling me the stories wherein products and vegetables, fruits with 1 day expiry on the shelves. You buy in the morning, by evening, it gets expired. It is supposed to
Expired.
get expired.
Hmm.
It is supposed. And
Because,
people queue up in the morning to buy those.
okay.
Because people want that consumption to happen through the day and they want it.
Right. Right.
So see where are people heading towards and what is happening. So I'm just trying to tell, I'm not criticizing, but I'm just trying to explain the impact of
Agreed.
ESG
Agreed.
and
Yes.
how the customer trust gets broken.
Right.
So I can't give a business plan in this 3 4 minutes, but I can definitely give a directional thought. So here is an opportunity.
Yes.
Here is an opportunity whereby just by giving a ESG branding tag, uh, more realistic expiry dates would kind of immediately connect with people.
People.
The way to do it would be enormous. I mean, like you can have local vendors, rural farmers connected, the shorter supply chain from farm to
Right.
local. So local communities, local people selling will have local better trust, improved trust,
Agreed.
shorter supply
Agreed.
chains, keep things fresh, less wastage, less emission, less carbon, so on and so forth.
Right.
And the social part of your ESG automatically comes in, wherein it is a social empowerment you sharing. Of
Right.
course, uh, standardization, quality of the product, that would be a question, but that is what the governance is all about.
All about.
So how
Exactly.
you manage kind of things. So
Hmm.
I would not say absolutely a different. I have tried to use this example to kind of show the disconnect. There
Right.
are people who are doing there are people who are doing it, maybe
Agreed.
ITC Chopals and Frazos and Ninja Carts and Big Baskets.
Hmm.
But I am still waiting to see those realistic expiry tags and to make it really honest in terms of why not even ESG branding.
Exactly.
So that's how trust gets conveyed and trust
Convey.
gets hooked by the consumer, you make business sense
Right.
also, and you make social environmental sense as well.
Right. Yeah, I mean, so what I was saying was that the way you described DSG was such a sharp and grounded way to think about it, where people could actually relate to the example that you gave, and you've taken what can be an abstract corporate checklist and shown how it plays out in real decisions and real trust. So thank you for sharing that example with us.
Thank you.
What we want are quick answers at the top of your head and no thinking.
You
All
are
right.
telling somebody who has spent all operations, life in operations, not to think. Okay, I'll try
Okay,
and
try your level best to not think and
let's try to
answer
make
from the
fun
top
of
of
it.
your
Let's
head.
make some fun of it.
Okay, the first one. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? Check your phone or sip your tea?
I look at the time first as to how's the day uh, starts to get going, and then I look the message from my daughter. She's 4.5 hours behind, so
Okay.
those two obvious things.
Wow. Okay. All right, next one. A childhood dream that has nothing to do with business.
Okay. So that's my passion. In fact, had been my passion. Being on the stage, performing, connecting with audiences,
Wow.
performing music. So that's how.
Wow. Wonderful. All right. Next one. One habit your family wishes you drop.
Mm. I believe every. I am surrounded by all women around in my family. So every.
All right, next one. The last time you completely switched off from work.
That I'm good at. So every time when I'm either listening to music or at times with my family together.
Wow, that's really nice. That's really wonderful. Okay, next one. A mentor or family member whose words you still carry with you.
My father, he's not there. Very, very humbly, honestly, he's not there now. But yeah, his words keep echoing in my mind. He used to say, and he said it, you don't know what's coming forth. What is the solution you're going to get? So you don't know the future. So don't wait for it. Don't plan for it. It'll come.
Right. Wow, that is a good advice. All right, next one. Your guilty pleasure when no one's watching.
Are baapre. Uh, you're making it difficult. So, though I don't have anything in person per se, but yeah, uh, eating sweets.
Eating sweets.
I have a canine sweet tooth. I, so could be that one.
One step ahead from normal sweet tooth. Okay, the last one. If you had one extra hour every day, how would you spend it?
अरे बाप रे. Probably rework on the things which I missed and I could do it properly in last 24
Wow.
hours.
Okay, it's again work. All right, thank you so much for that wonderful rapid fire round, sir. And I really like this particular piece because it actually helps you know the person behind the professional. So, thank you so much for being so
Thank,
candid with us.
thank you. Welcome.
All right. Telecom has always been a high trust industry. Yet, in recent years, we've seen scams that shake public confidence. From fraudsters posing as TRI officials threatening SIM closures, to caller IDs spoofing and international tariff exploits flooding India with scam calls. These aren't just technical risks, they are governance risks. With your decades of leadership in telecom, what do you think institutions and regulators must do differently to protect customers? And how can leaders hardwire governance so that trust isn't just resonated on paper, but actually lived in every customer interaction?
Okay. Now this is huge, and uh, again, Compliments and I praise your homework is pretty strong, Charu. It's a huge stuff even to ask this question and frame this question like this. Okay, so we are discussing quite a lot of things here. So
Yes.
and this is serious and this is important. This is critical. So let's get going. And I'll again my attempt as it has been will be to simplify it as much as possible,
Of course.
and then discuss it. Okay. So again, this is a huge topic coming from industry. On this also, I have sent my kind of detailed note to the ministry. Some acknowledgements also I have got. Hope inputs would have been included. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, uh, this is important and critical. So let's start on this topic of broadly we are talking about ESG risks, telecom, internet, and governance part of it. So
Right.
let's start very humbly with Charu. Any fraud, according to me, is a governance breakdown.
Right.
Any fraud. So
Mm-hmm.
I should not be quoting, but one of my CEOs say when I used to work as a frontline or in the middle kind of a management, and we all used to do those mischievous things in the market and do those jugaad to get the sales done or business done.
Right.
So and then I used to go and confess to him that हमने ये सारी ये सब किया ये किया. Very politely he said you can do only to that much which we permit.
Right.
So now understand. So that's why I say it is a governance breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now coming to the topic straight. See, Charu, this telephone number, first let's understand this correctly and realize this correctly. And
Right.
our surroundings realize whether it is our family, our elders, kids, and society anywhere. The telephone number, what we treat as a telephone number, in no time is not just a telephone number, but it is your identity, Charu.
Identity.
It is my identity now. So
Yes.
that is the significance of so any fraud originating from your identity is a potential fraud, is a potential risk.
Right.
So now expand this. So it is no longer telecom. So
Mhm.
I can tell this, explain this coming from telecom, but it is no longer telecom. Firstly,
Telecom.
telecom today is not telecom. It is not connectivity. Is internet.
Right.
So
Right.
frauds originating from this to, I would say, banking to insurance to healthcare and up to the level of national security. That is what we are talking about. So not
Right.
easy
Right.
and not possible, frankly, to fit this in a capsule of 2, 3, 4 minutes. So this is
Right.
huge. Okay, so this is what we are talking about. Now, let's not get into at the moment, not possible to get into the kinds of fraud and processes of fraud, etc. Not get into all that. We all know, and mostly people have realized and understood it.
Right.
Let's talk about the way to go. That's where we can add value to this question. The way
Mhm.
to go, what to do.
What to do?
Again, when I say, I don't mean to say that things are not happening. Things are already happening. So we are on that, and government are is on that, or regulators are on that. But yes, what more should be done, and what is the sensitive part? So to understand this, some inputs from my self could be, and they are, in fact, see, as a nation, Charu, we are still working in silos. So telecom, it is one regulator try. Then
Right.
it is insurance, is IRDAI. Then it is DOT. Then it is for what stock market, it's SEBI. So different regulators. So what we need to do immediately to be ahead of first fraudsters, right? But see that remember Money Heist series where fraudsters are always one step ahead. So
Right.
that is in real life as well.
Right.
So what we need to do is we need to have a collaborative platform across regulators
Yes.
with real-time intelligence sharing. One red flag at one place should be a red flag across.
Right.
So that's
Right.
the case, and we are going. So there is a digital data prevention. I may not be remembering the name exactly. Digital Personal Data Prevention Act
Act.
2024
Yes,
already
yes.
already being worked upon. Then there is very recently there was a view which I contributed also. There's a draft and regulations at the end of 24, and this year also they are revising it. So
Mhm.
things have been worked. So a collaborative platform. Secondly, we need to vary with AI and all. It is quite possible and happening also. Is like we need to move to predictive screening. So rather
Yes.
than chasing the fraud, unusual calling pattern, unusual usage pattern, that is
Right.
something which kind of tells you a potential fraud. And in
Fraud.
fact, that is, as I said, that is happening also. The real, just very recent, I think Jane Street case, the SEBI caught it in the midst of the fraud. So though
Oh,
there was
okay.
a huge fraud of around 43,000 crore, but we were still, as a society, we were still saved of huge damage.
Yes.
So it was caught.
Yes.
So moving,
Wow.
so predictive kind of a screening. So these kind of things are already being put in place. The
Right.
way uh, we need to understand and sensitize people. There has to be a campaign from government. It is already there, but sensitizing people on kind of refusing your phone numbers to every shop you
Every
walk in.
shop.
Do a shopping of 100
Yes.
rupees, they ask for your phone number. Now you can
Yes.
easily pass it. You can easily stop it and refuse it, but
Agreed.
people don't know about it. Any application you download on mobile asks for mandatorily a whole lot of permission. Your entire
Yes.
permission gets compromised.
Yes.
So these corrections should be there to take care of these, and
Right.
being worked upon. But that is the way to go. That's what I'm saying. So we need to be sensitive about it. It's
Agreed.
about our personal security. So governance, putting rules and things in bits and pieces are happening also. The Airtels and Geos of the world, they are doing those
Yes.
caller ID management and spoofing and etc. Blocking calls, etc.
Right. Right.
Still at internal level, still at their
Mhm.
own level. So it
Yes.
has to go across.
Across.
So, I am suggesting the point where you block a call, terming it as fraud in your mobile phone, and it gets triggered across the platform.
Across. Across.
And it will happen. I think that is the only way to go.
Go.
How
Mhm.
fast we are going, that we need to see. I believe authorities are working and everyone is working. So this is how device accountability, I think, adherence, process adherence, and answerability at every layer. So
Right.
the bucks keep getting passed from one player to other, one level to other. So every layer there has to be a clear cut accountability.
Right. Right.
So
And I
yeah,
no,
that's
no,
a
I
way.
was just saying, as consumers, we should also be vigilant. Like, you
That
know,
is the only way ahead.
yes.
See, a very raw way of saying again, you can put or authority or security can put a lock in front of the door. They can provide for the lock तोड़ के कोई चोरी करेगा तो what you can do. So for that you have to be vigilant your own
Absolutely.
self, and that learning has to come.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So some directional ways. This is what I can say in this time. Some directional inputs.
Right, right. And you know, what you just said is a powerful reminder. You talked about governance, and it shows that governance isn't just paperwork, but it's lived trust. And I really
That's right.
like how you framed it, that every scam, every dropped call, every scam text is actually a trust event,
Right.
a failure of governance,
Very
not
good.
just a technical
Exactly.
glitch.
Exactly. That's how it is. Yeah.
Right, right. All right. Okay. So, Mr. Maitre, beyond your leadership in telecom and now health tech, you've also recently engaged with Directors Institute. What inspired you to join the institute, and how has the experience shaped the way you think about modern governance and leadership today?
Okay. Charu, how smartly you have made a full circle. So we started from staying relevant, you have brought it to that point.
Yes.
Yeah. No, very honestly, it's all about staying relevant for me. So that's the core. That is my objective with the Directors Institute. Well, actually, I would like to tell you very humbly here is that I am already a qualified, certified independent director,
Oh,
uh,
wow.
and certified. So before joining, I had already secured that certificate and cleared the
Okay.
proficiency test of IICA. So that piece is already
Already done.
the certification and everything. That piece is already done. So purely why I am here is for knowledge, staying relevant as we have been discussing. So see, things are so dynamic that every now and then there is a new thing happening, and you can always learn from the people who are domain experts.
Right. Right.
So we might have had our own learnings through the process, which I can contribute, we can contribute, but yes, the people who are in the business of coaching, training, giving relevance, making you understand better, will be, and they are better. So you have
Right.
to learn from them. So I actually came across Zishan's and Howell's some interviews on
Okay.
YouTube. So immediate things clicked me about Zishan. He typically, like me, is talking about sustainability of business. That is the key. AI linkages, ESG connect. Immediately we discussed so much. So it direct connected. And Howell's word were somewhere around. He was talking about evolving relevance, bringing. So
Right.
very recently, like the pace at which Directors Institute keeps updating their curriculum, bringing in the
Mm-hmm.
things and the most recent things.
Right.
That is what is the need. That is what I also need, and anyone needs. So making you better than what you are.
You are. Right.
So that is what brings me here, and that is what I am doing.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much for that wonderful feedback. And I really find it inspiring that after having such a huge and extensive experience, you're still looking to learn more, gain new skills, and stay relevant. So kudos to you for that, and I wish you all the very best.
Now, one small comment here.
Yes.
Uh, you are telling me about this? कुछ भी नहीं है. We are nothing. You are talking about the 30-35 years of experience and learning, so that's an obvious thing, and that is the only way to grow. But we are nothing. Warren Buffett, at the age of 94, talks about long term investment.
Oh, okay.
And now, now, abhi kuch nahi, we have just started. And
Wow.
lots and everything to learn.
Wow, there is so much to learn.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I mean, and I just was saying that I wanted to wish you all the best for your goals that you've set for yourself in the future. May you achieve them successfully, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Charu. Thanks a lot. Wonderful
All
being
right.
here. It's a wonderful experience being with you. Thank you.
All right. So, Mr. Maitre, thank you so much for joining us today. From steering 8,000 crore circles in telecom to building India's first affordable alkaline water ionizer venture to embedding governance into everything you do. Your journey shows us that leadership is not just about scale, it's about trust and reinvention. What stood out in our conversation was how you connect people and performance, disruption and discipline, ambition and humility. Those are lessons every leader, no matter the industry, can take home today. To our listeners, thank you for tuning in to FaceTime with Leaders powered by Directors Institute World Council of Directors. We hope today's episode leaves you with insights on building resilient systems, scaling responsibility, and leading with courage. I'm Charu Mehra signing off. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and lead with purpose. Thank you.